First of all, I want to say that I feel honored of being here sharing with you my experiences as a Harvard Macy scholar. And not only those experiences, but also the wonderful experience of being here with you in this course and learning from each other and also learning for the Harvard Macy group. I'm not pretending to give you a lecture. This is only a story that I'm going to tell you related with my project that I applied last year in my country. This is my country. A very tiny but beautiful piece of land. And if you put on your magnifying glasses, you will be able to see the Galapagos Island, which actually I encourage you to visit someday, just for the sake of being in a piece of land where the time hasn't passed and Darwin's spirit is still there living with the turtles. By the way, Galapagos is a UNESCO World Heritage Center, as you know. This is my country, Ecuador. And I think it's one of the few countries where you could enjoy the 4 seasons in one place. You may be at the coast beach, then go to the highlands, continue your journey visiting the Amazon rainforest, and then go to the Galapagos Island. This is my city, Guayaquil, the biggest city of Ecuador and the economical and commercial heart of the country. As you can see, there is a combination of architectural styles in Guayaquil. My university, Espiritu Santo University, where you could see the building of the College of Medical Sciences, and also the hospital, which is the affiliated one, the Omni Hospital, which is one of the most modern and high-tech hospital of the country with the American Hospital Association accreditation. Also, we can see some of the facilities, molecular biology lab, and I think it's the anatomy room. I presented this project last year, founding a new medical school with an innovative curriculum. But I have to tell you that actually we started this project 4 or 5 years ago with the planning process and the collection of information, establishment of agreements, and forming a task force that could be committed to be involved in the whole project. In November 2007, we thought that we were ready to start, and we made a wide meeting announcement for all the high school graduated students in order to socialize the project and gather all the questions and commentaries pertained to have enough information to start the process. The objectives of our project clearly explain the purpose of innovation in medical education. In Espiritu Santo University, we used a very well-known model to organize and apply all these processes. In the rationale of my project, we could find that the purpose is to state a totally innovative curriculum in a new medical school with clear orientations to form medical professionals and healthcare providers that will be useful to respond to our community needs and our country's developing line of healthcare. We consider 3 main axes that will be running across the whole curriculum. The first one was evidence-based medicine, the second one research, and the third one community health. Some strong reasons were considered while we were planning the creation of our medical school. There were 19 medical schools in the country, and 2 of them were in Guayaquil, our city. They were very respected institutions. Actually, I was graduated in one of them 26 years ago. And during all these years, their curriculum was not changed nor revised at all. These curriculum were strongly criticized by faculty and students, considering the disconnection between basic sciences and clinical sciences, and also the outdated objectives and goals included in it. They had a 7-year career divided in 3 parts. One of them dedicated exclusively to basic sciences and normal body function. The second one covered pathological situations, and the third part, clinical subjects and clinical clerkships. All this curriculum was taught as individual sections without any type of connection between them. There were no admission requirements in these 2 universities, and students were coming from high school with different levels of knowledge. This was a real problem for students and teachers, making the final outcome and performance quite deficient. Certain methods that were used in the past were still used without considering modern educational issues. Given as a consequence, students drop off at a mediocre level of medical preparation. We were then focusing in some tendencies that were part of the new curriculum. These tendencies were used in most of medical schools of the developed countries, and most of them were, for example, experiential learning, adding flexibility to the curriculum, and looking for competence and not content. Our curriculum is directed to form competences for primary healthcare physicians. There were 3 methodologies used for this purpose. All of them have been proved to fulfill the requirements that are essentials to reach our original goal. Our values were centered in humanistic and social aspects that certainly are part of our students' cultural and social background. We believe in a transdisciplinary content of medical education that will turn into an integrated formation of the new professional. We formed a valuable task force integrated by the most prestigious representative of the medical community of our city. One of them, the one who is in the center, was a former president of the Republic of Ecuador, and he's a very prestigious cardiologist, Dr. Alfredo Palacio. All of them were experienced faculties and educational researchers. They were part of an organism of our university known as the Medical Council. After this, a very well-structured schedule of meetings and discussions was agreed, including our administrators, faculties, and potential students. One of the most challenging tasks was to identify and get financial support for our resources. We received a $2 million grant from a very important group of our society in Guayaquil, and this allowed us to start our project. Let me show you some pictures of all these projects.